Anthrax. Sky News, BBC, CNN, Reuters, Fox News, El Mundo, the Times, The Guardian, El País, all of the world's media were telling you anthrax, anthrax, anthrax. You'd never heard of the word anthrax before they mentioned it. But remember this point. As soon as they discovered that anthrax came from an American military laboratory, there was a media blackout. We haven't heard anything else. There's been no panorama investigations, no dispatches, no great investigative journalists saying, this is what we've uncovered. Who has the power to silence the media? Al-Qaeda? The Taliban? Zarqawi? Osama bin Laden? No! Because we must acknowledge from the period of 2001 to 2009 when George Bush was in office, the world went through a phase of fascism. But we don't want to admit it. We don't even want to use the word. We like to connect fascism to Hitler, the man everyone loves to hate. But 2001 to 2009 was a period of fascism around the world, when George Bush said, you're either with us or against us. You're either with us or you're with the terrorists. Well, what do you think Muslims were thinking? No, we're with you. No! They were on the other side. So automatically, most Muslims, or all Muslims, were labeled suspect. If you're a white man, if you are a white man or woman, and you say, oh, the war in Afghanistan is wrong, the murders in Iraq are wrong, American and British troops have no right to be there. If you're white and said that, you're all right. But if you are a Muslim or a non-white person and you suggest that American and British troops have no right to be in Iraq, no right to be in Afghanistan, you best be careful, because MI5 would bug your phone. Next minute you're on trial for saying inflammatory statements. You're labeled an extremist. An extremist. Muslims were petrified from 2001 to 2009. It's only now they're coming out of their shell a little bit. But don't come out too soon, because Barack Obama is no different. I believe if you look at Barack Obama's history, Barack Obama as a social justice activist has a very applaudable record. But Barack Obama cannot fight against the puppet masters and the power brokers who really control Washington. He's too weak to fight against the power structure of America. So even though Barack Obama might mean well, he doesn't have the power to change anything.
You're right, man. He's not
Barack Obama.
He's not in the club. He's not bad.
Barack Obama came to power saying change, change, change. Change we can believe in. Change, change, change. Change, yes we can. That was Barack Obama. Barack Obama promised the world that if he came to power, he was going to close down Guantanamo Bay. He said, if I come to office, I'm going to withdraw the troops from Iraq. If I come to office, I'm going to sedate the war in Afghanistan. If I come to office, I'm going to find peace between Israel and Palestine. Those were the comments of black man Barack Obama. But let's go to today. I'm going to get to you, sir. Hold on, sir. I'm going to get to you. I'm going to get to you. Sir, I'm going to get to you. Now, let's look at Barack Obama's record. Barack Obama has been in office for almost 2 years. Guantanamo Bay is still open. The best they can expect is to be transferred to the mainland of America, where they will still be held without limbo, still be held without the right to trial. That is not justice. American troops are still in Iraq, and the American government, the administration prior to Obama under Bush, signed 12 independent contracts for private security companies to operate in Iraq. So there are scores of thousands of private security contractors who are not held accountable by military law or Iraqi civilian law, neither law. So we still have them. So even if America withdraws the troops from Iraq today, we still have a private army controlled by the power brokers of Europe and the West. The war in Afghanistan, Barack Obama said he will sedate that. Instead, Barack Obama sent 30,000 more troops to Afghanistan. There are more troops in Afghanistan under Barack Obama than there ever was under George W. Bush. Barack Obama said he will sedate the war. He has expanded the war into Pakistan. So now we have conflict raging in Pakistan. We talk about peace in Palestine and Israel. We saw a month ago Israel raid a peace and aid ship bringing aid to Gaza. What did Barack Obama say? Did he condemn Israel? Barack Obama said it is unfortunate. Why couldn't Barack Obama condemn Israel anymore? Because the day after Barack Obama received his nomination, the presidential nomination for the Democrats, the day after, on the 4th of June 2008, Barack Obama delivered a speech to AIPAC, the American-Israeli Public Affairs Committee, otherwise known as the Jewish Lobby. And in that speech, Barack Obama said he recognizes Jerusalem as the undivided capital of Israel. How the hell can you make such a statement and then put yourself forward as an independent arbitrator of peace in the Middle East? It is nonsense. Yes, sir, your question.
So your passion is compelling, but what are your solutions?
My passion is compelling, but what are my solutions? Sir, I speak for 2 hours, wait to the end, because we have more summaries to go through. He asked me now, what are my solutions? Sir, okay, let's prematurely arrive at solutions. How about, and it's not rocket science, how about Barack Obama keeps to his electoral pledge? Why doesn't Barack Obama close down Guantanamo and release those innocent civilians? Why doesn't, hold on sir, you asked me a question and now you want to talk over me. Make your mind up. Why don't you withdraw your troops from Iraq as you pledged to do so? Why have you escalated the war in Afghanistan? Why not scale back those troops? Why not allow the Afghan people to rule and govern Afghanistan? You now talk about beforehand, during George Bush's time, because you always use euphemisms. You always have an Arab bogeyman in your back pocket that you can use to scare the Western public. And before you told us about Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda this and Al-Qaeda that, Al-Qaeda this and Al-Qaeda that. And then when Al-Qaeda got boring, they don't tell you about Al-Qaeda no more. They now tell you the Taliban this. The Taliban are now in Afghanistan, are in Pakistan. My friend.
Answer your first question. Why don't they close Guantanamo?
Sir, now hold on. Now you ask me to answer why.
Well, you asked the question.
You asked me why. I said, if you said, well, I said, if they want change, why don't they close down Guantanamo?
So why don't
they close down, why don't they withdraw the troops from Iraq or Afghanistan? Why don't they, sir? I believe, and I can't say why they won't, but I believe it is because of their own interests. Look around you. Hands up anyone who's Iraqi here. Iraqi. Where are you, Iraqi?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Right. Do you believe that Al-Qaeda exists or not?
Sorry?
Do you believe Al-Qaeda exists or not?
Do I believe Al-Qaeda exists or not?
Don't tell me it's made by America, that's a long story.
The name, sir, but sir, you asked me a question and now you want to limit my response. Sir, the word Al-Qaeda means what? The base. The base. Osama bin Laden did not refer to Al-Qaeda as the base. The word the base was given to Al-Qaeda by the CIA. Why? Because it was referring to the database. The database of former fighters and mujahideen. That's what it was. The base. Al-Qaeda was formerly trained, armed, backed and financed by America. That's how Al-Qaeda came into being. The mujahideen.
Are they still?
Hold on, sir. Are they still? No. But let's look at the history of these radical Islamic groups. Hamas. As we all know, as the Western media tells you, Hamas, a terrorist organization, working right there in Palestine, right there in Gaza. Right there, Hamas. The West calls them terrorists. But when Hamas was founded, who supported Hamas? Was it not Israel? Didn't Israel support them financially? Didn't Israel support Hamas with intelligence? Why did they do this? The Israelis supported Hamas because they wanted to undermine Fatah under Yasser Arafat. And all of a sudden now that Hamas comes to power, because it is always the same strategy, divide and rule. Divide and rule. When one becomes more powerful, they support the other. When that becomes more powerful, they support the other. When that becomes more powerful, they support the other. It's chop and change to keep the people divided. Hold on, sir. You asked the question. Hold on, sir. You asked the question, and I'm going to get to it. How is there a split between Fatah and Hamas? Hamas won the democratic elections of Palestine freely and fairly. All observers confirm that Hamas won the democratic elections of Palestine.